are so glad that you're joining us, and we're talking about all things pertaining to the city of Marion. We have some amazing festivities coming up. The 4th of July celebration, America's 250th. We've got our own celebration happening here in Marion on the 3rd of July, and we're going to talk about that. And then we've got many other international items that we need to share with you that involve the city of Marion and Mayor Morrell. But we are so glad that you are joining us. We want to say a great big thank you to our sponsors, KB Technology and Basic Systems USA, for helping to make today's program possible. And thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here on WSOT TV. And if you found us on YouTube, we want to say a great big welcome and thank you for finding us at our home on YouTube. Well, Mayor Morrell, thank you so much for taking time out of your incredibly busy schedule to come and visit with us and share about some of the exciting things happening here in Marion.
Yeah, it's such an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you here. You've got some big plans. I just mentioned the 3rd of July, and I think we should probably kick off today's program with a boom. And yes, pun intended there.
Yeah, I love it. Yes.
Fireworks aplenty, America's 250th anniversary. And you know the celebrating is going to last well beyond July 3rd and 4th, all throughout the month.
It's going to be great.
Talk to us a little bit about some of the plans that we have here in Marion happening on the 3rd of
so
July.
We wanted to do something very unique. What is more American than fireworks and muscle cars?
Yes.
So I was made aware that there used to be an event called Cruising in the Park in Marion many years ago. I said, it would be great to bring that back and add it on the 3rd of July. So in the morning time, starting at 11 a.m., from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., we're going to have the car show. And then after that, we'll take a break for a couple hours. And then from 5 to 10 is when we'll click off our normal 3rd of July festivities. So bounce houses and food trucks and fun and games, everything you can imagine. And at 10 o'clock, I skipped a section, we'll have a live band.
Yes, music.
I think they go from 8 to 10.
Oh, nice.
And they were here last year. We brought them back. They do amazing things, amazing music. I call it, it's a band that does everything covered, from country to old country to modern country to pop, rock, to hip hop, everything you can imagine. They squeezed it in 2 hours. And what's very impressive about them, they didn't take a break last time.
No.
They played 2 hours straight.
Wow.
Yes, that was amazing.
That's dedication.
Yes, it was a serious dedication.
Yeah.
And so at 10 o'clock, or as soon as it's dark, I'm assuming it'll be dark at 10, I get on the mic and I do a countdown. 3, I might do 10 to give it more of a 10. Countdown from 10. And as soon as I say 1, the first firework shoots off. And this year, because of America's 250, we went above and beyond.
Okay.
This fireworks show is constant booms and finales for the whole entire time. And one surprise that I'll let you guys hear first is there's going to be a coordinated music track to go along with it. So they wrote music that matches the fireworks.
Oh wow!
And it's going to play throughout the whole entire park. So it's going to be a really cool experience.
We're not kidding. You said this year was going to top last year and anything previous. You weren't kidding.
I'm so excited about that. And our team has worked really hard, and they're still working hard. We know at this point we're less than a month away. So it's going to be really nice.
It is going to be very nice, and this is going to be a family-friendly event at Marion's Modern Park.
Yes.
And the food, the entertainment, the park, I can only imagine the energy and the buzz that's going to be happening from the very early morning all day long.
It's going to be great. And also one thing, now I'll tie this into fun and festivities and also infrastructure. We're actually paving the roads in Modern Park for the first time in 30 years.
Really?
Yeah, so when it actually started today, so even if you drive out there, you'll see half of it is about done, all new roads. And so it's going to be beautiful. We have a big new Buck Sports Complex out there, so you'll be able to, there's 2 basketball courts, tennis, and all of the pickleball courts have new paint on them, and there's 12 of them now instead of 6. We have a brand new parking lot in the back, and some of the problems that we've had with these larger events is that people will park in the grass and get stuck and all the various things that come with that.
Yeah.
We have a big parking lot in the back now to accommodate for such an amazing time.
That is going to help so much, because that was one of the questions that I had on my list of things to ask is parking. How were you going to handle that? But you already got it covered.
We thought about it because last year the event was so big and it was a traffic jam, right, to get out of there. And then also we had our police and fire and everyone helping people get out of ditches and everything because they were just, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But now we have some more organization and it'll be a nice event.
It's going to be such a beautiful setting. All the newly paved roads, the pickleball court, everything everything pristine.
Yes.
Celebrating America's 250. Imagine all of the photos and videos that are going to be happening.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that, I'm just thinking on the fly here, but wouldn't it be fun if folks had an opportunity to share some of those fun videos?
Yes.
And just to let people see about Marion and the sense of community and camaraderie that we have here. Marion really does have a very solid sense of unity and the fellowship that happens. It's very evident whenever we have community events. And so the 3rd of July, that is something that the car show you mentioned that's coming back, the cruising in the park.
Yeah.
If people want to participate, do they need to register their vehicle, or is it just a come the day up?
So we would prefer a pre-registration, but you can come the day up as well.
Yeah.
Come the day up and put your vehicle in, and we would love, and we've opened it up to everything, so it's not just limited to a year, or as long as you have a custom vehicle you're proud of, it can be brand new or however you want to do it, come and have a good time with us out there. We're very excited to bring this event back and, add a new twist to it because we have fireworks at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, what a great way.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I get the privilege of helping out with is the annual fly-in cruise in the Marion Airport. That's on Labor Day weekend. Yeah. And that's an amazing turnout of all different kinds of classic vehicles and whatnot. And here we've got with James Dean Days and all of that here in Grant County. We have some beautifully restored classic vehicles, the tractors, the motorcycles, and all the other creative vehicles that are out there. I would love to see just such an outpouring of vehicles and participation and people coming. That's another thing I've noticed is that the folks that attend these car shows here in our community, they're very respectful of those classic vehicles. They understand that they're a collectible museum quality art piece, really.
Yeah. Yep. And that's one of the things that we do really well here in Grant County. Obviously James Dean and Ducktail, all those events, when it comes to classic cars, we do it big. Arguably the biggest event in the whole region is centered around classic cars. So we're adding in our version of that with Cruising in the Park and just trying to make it as big as possible. Something that we already have that is a good culture for it and expound it even more. So again, I'm very excited about it and hope to see everyone out there and have a really good time.
I'm excited too. And the fireworks show is going to be second to none.
Yes, well, we love it.
Any rivalry with maybe
Gas
City? Maybe
there's one guy with I can't even think of his name most of the time.
No? Okay, all right.
But we're going to make sure that we're going to beat those people on the other side of the river.
All right, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We'll look forward to it. Well, folks, you heard it right here. You got an inside scoop on the festivities happening the 3rd of July. There's going to be custom music track that's going to go along with those fireworks that are happening. So we do hope that you will invite your family, friends, come on out and enjoy the festivities the 3rd of July at Marion's Motor Park. Well, speaking of parks, we should switch real quick over to another park that's getting some attention lately, and that's Hogan Park, and it's the skate park. There's a crowdfunding campaign that is just now being kicked off. Would you share with us a little bit about the vision for the skate park?
So I don't skate.
Okay.
So the idea of this was, not one of my original ones. So it was a group of youth that came to me. Youth. I'm everywhere from 13 to I would say 45. Well, that's pretty impressive to be skating by, but they did it anyway. So coming to me and say how important it was to have a good skate park, and how much the one that we had there meant to them, even though it's been in disrepair for some years. And so one thing that they that really sold me on this was they came and testified at the city council hearing when we were trying to get this project across the line. And one gentleman shared that we use this skate park as a ministry and as a recovery. Because a lot of people, find skating as an outlet. So he came and actually the people who were part of the ministry and a part of the recovery community came and testified as well and said that, we have found God and ministered to out here at the skate park, and we've been off of drugs because this is our weekly gathering out here, and this is our outlet. Instead of going to whatever drug they were addicted to, now they found an outlet and a ministry in the skate park, and that got me across the finish line. I'm like, that's what we need. I'm a firm believer that we need God, and we also need a strong sense of community to keep people off of the substance abuse that we've struggled with in the community for a while now. So that skate park is obviously concrete and it's ramps and all that kind of stuff, but it means a lot more than just those physical things that you see.
It really does. So that is a powerful vision.
Yeah.
And I think my next question was, I know that there was demand for it, but you just outlined that beautifully.
Yeah.
And so now the need, because a lot of the funding was already secured from a bond,
Yes.
a parks bond
Correct.
in December of 2025, so just a few months back.
Yep.
But there's still an opportunity to raise some more funds, roughly $50,000 need, right?
Yeah.
And that is going to be matched dollar for dollar through the Indiana Housing Community Development Authority.
Yes.
So this is an opportunity for the community to get involved.
100%. And I mean, this is the second project we've done with that state agency. The other one was the outdoor fitness court.
Turned out wonderful.
Yes, yep. So you'll be able to give money to their online platform, and they match dollar for dollar what they give. And so what this does is the meat and potatoes of the skate park are already funded in there. This gives us the extra, if all of the funds are raised, the extra $100,000 to get the lights and the kind of the cooler things added on top of it. So yeah.
So now it's a crowdfunding campaign. Need is 50,000 and or more. We don't want to cap it, but we know that from the state we can get dollar for dollar matched up to 50,000.
Correct.
But wouldn't it be great if we could get more
It
than
would be
that,
amazing,
right?
yeah.
Especially mentioning the ministry aspect
Right.
of what you were sharing early on there. So now I'm curious, the bigger donors that come in, maybe somebody has 50,000 that they would like to just go ahead and meet that need.
Yeah.
Is there a opportunity for us to recognize some of those sponsors that have helped make it possible?
Yep. Now, there's a few different categories. Obviously, the main giver, the highest giver, would be the naming rights aspect of it, and then you have, so this park will be named after whoever that may be, and then you have like different sections that can be named after people and different plaques and things like that. So yeah, definitely will have a chance to be honored and remembered by giving to this cause.
That's something that I think a lot of folks will appreciate. Having our parks beautified, number one. You've done a wonderful job of keeping our parks up and maintaining and growing and developing and bringing in new. Another park that we need to talk about is Wiggly Park.
Yes.
That is the dog park. It just opened, yes.
So I got to give credit to the Marion Rotary.
Okay.
That's been the vision of theirs for a long time, and we were finally able to get it done. It's a top of the line dog park. They actually raised the funds, majority of the funds to get that done. So they were a great partner in that. And I tell them that they are actually one of the cornerstones of this riverfront explosion, right? So they were one of the first people to have a vision to do that in the middle of what's known as Ballard Field. And so that's a big project there. And now we're obviously doing all the things we're doing around it. So all of Ballard Field is getting ready to be redone. It's going to be on pause until after the kids' summer and fall soccer season, because we don't want to tear the whole park up while they're playing. Right. Supposed to be playing. So that'll start right after that. And then obviously the extension of the Riverwalk, which I haven't announced that yet, but I'll say it here. So the Riverwalk currently stops where the old Fitz is.
Yes.
And now that will extend all the way into the Ballard Field and wrap around.
Wow,
So
that's nice.
I think it adds about another 3/4 of a mile to the about 2.5 mile trail. And then obviously all the other things going on in the riverfront as well. So that Wiggly Field, I said the official.
But it's a fun, such a fun thing, and everybody knows it's a play on words. Wiggly Field, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So and that was a catalyst to get all this other stuff done.
I love the fact that the Rotary Club came in and they said, let me help. We want to do something. Let's invest in our community. The parks, clearly a great opportunity to do that. So to bring it back to the skate park, Hogan Park, and the crowdfunding need, there's a perfect example right there with Wiggly Field that we were just talking about, how one group, the Rotary Club, came in and helped to fund that effort. So now here with the Hogan Skate Park, this is an opportunity for another person, business, entity of some sort to come in, just people in general with the crowdfunding to get involved and be part of that legacy of building up our parks. How do people give if they want to support? So
there's multiple ways. The easiest one is to just give online through the link. You can also write a check into the City of Marion with the line item of skate park, and that will go to the appropriate thing. Those are probably the two main ways. You could bring cash too, but that adds a little layer into it. But the two easiest ways is to give online or write a check to the City of Marion with the line item being skate park.
And the give online, then that's going to be the city website?
It's on the city website as well.
So the city website, that's the easiest way, I think, for folks to find everything, is go to cityofmarion.in. Wait, I got it messed up.
cityofmarion.in.gov.
Thank you.
Yep.
I knew you would have it. Oh, I mixed those letters up in my head. So that is how folks can go find out more information about the skate park.
Yes.
You have a wonderful news and events section on the city website, and information about what we were just sharing is available there for folks if you want to check that out. We do encourage you to go to the city website. You can see their website right there on the screen now as you're watching. So you actually have another event coming up. It's the Impact X Entrepreneur Program. Now that's something that's going to be happening in September. Starting, it's a 12-week event. September the 9th is the start for that. But it's something that the City of Marion and the Marion Redevelopment Commission have partnered together with a gentleman named Mike Martin, who's an entrepreneur. Would you share with us a little bit about the Impact X?
Yeah, so I mean, the heart of it is to empower people in the city, right? So we have a lot of people who have, bright minds and great ideas and even business ideas, but they might not have the framework on how to get it started. We might not have the education, might not have the funding, all the things that go into being an entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. So I wanted to create a program, a 12-week program, that gave them an opportunity. Actually, when I was running for mayor, that was one of my campaign platforms, just to be able to create like a entrepreneurship class. I didn't know how it was going to be set up, where it was going to come from. I met Mike about a year ago now, and Muncie has a place called Innovation Connector building, and they do all kind of programs out of there. And I went one night and checked out him teaching that program, and it amazed me because people from Marion actually were driving there for this. I said, okay, now we need to make sure we have something. And then, so basically it's a 12-week program that gives people from soup to nuts everything they need to do to start their business, and gives them a plan, gives them the appropriate education that they need to be able to take their idea to make it real. So we're very excited about that, and that the Redevelopment Commission saw the importance of that as well, and really giving people of our residents the empowerment that they need to be able to get their stuff off the ground.
And this program is something that has been tried previously. It's got a proven track record, right? This isn't a first time.
No, it's a long-standing thing that's been in Muncie for a while, and it's been in other places as well.
So for folks that may have curiosity, what does it take to start a business? What are some of those things that I need to have in front of mind going into this? How do I make good decisions? This is how they can get that information.
And the goal is, by the time they're finished their 12 weeks, they'll have a solid enough plan to where they can go get the funding that they need. The city, and how this all comes full circle, the city actually has a fund that we created, I think 2 years ago now, to where you can get up to $50,000 for a startup for only 1% interest, which is, that's almost free money.
That is.
So we actually have a full circle, everything in-house right now. You can be taught, get all your education, and then apply for that grant and get to start your own business right out the door.
Talk about empowering. That's hats off to you and your administration and all of the other folks that have come alongside to help make this possible. So I hope, folks, if you have an interest in starting your own business, that you will definitely take advantage of this resource that's being offered to you. Again, you can find information on the city's website, and set yourself up to be a successful entrepreneur by getting all of the information that you need. And wow, what an opportunity, Mayor. If you need to get a business loan at 1% up to $50,000, I mean, that's unheard of. So thank you for making that resource available as well. Wow. There's so many things that we need to talk about. There's a Singapore trip coming up in your future. There's another thing that we need to share, folks, about the city of Marion being one of the best run cities. Which direction do you think you want to go first? Should we go to Singapore first, or should we talk about...
Let me do Singapore first. That'd be great.
All right. We'll talk to us then a little bit about the big World City Summit that's going to be happening. It's going to be in Singapore. You're traveling to Singapore June the 14th through the 16th. You were invited to come and talk at this summit. It's the 10th summit, I believe, that's happening.
It's so this is very similar to when I was invited to the White House. I thought somebody was tricking me. Like, hey, we want you to come and be a guest speaker specifically on how to develop smaller cities' housing. And I'm like, me out of all people, how'd you find me? Why you invite? And it just ended up being true, and it's just a truly God thing to be able to represent the city of Marion on stages like that, whether it's statewide, national, or internationally. So got the invite, and went through all the appropriate things, and being able to have a chance to represent the city of Marion on that stage and to share the story about how we were able to get such a massive amount of housing done in a short amount of time. So I'm just honored to be able to have that chance and looking forward to it.
I'm excited to see what comes of this.
Yeah.
Talk about the opportunity to promote Marion on an international stage. Wow. The opportunity to make connections.
Yep.
You're going to be there with other people that are able to bring business and growth into our community from the international scene. That I'm very excited to see what happens
even for them to be watching thus far, to be willing to send the invite is such an impressive thing, and I'm looking forward to meeting as many people as I can to bring more and more back to the city.
Yes. Well, we're definitely going to be revisiting this, I think, next month and see how that goes. And speaking of the city, we've got to mention Business View magazine featured Marion as one of America's best run cities. America's best run cities, not state of Indiana, nationwide. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Huge.
Again, I got to give credit to my team. They work so hard. I mean, I push them hard, but they work hard and they respond to the call. And I love working with them. I say over and over again, I would put my team against anybody in the state, and I truly mean that. And they, this shows. So it's just an honor. Business View has been tracking us, I think, since one of our first major projects, and things that we got going on there. And when they reached out to me and said, hey, we want to award the city of Marion with one of the best run cities, I'm like, okay. This is another one of those somebody trying to pull at my leg, but again, it was real. They came and they interviewed. They did a few different interviews, right? They interviewed Parkview and their president for this region. They interviewed a few of the other developers who've done major projects in our city, and they've all said the same thing, that working with City of Marion in this time frame has been such a blessing, and they've been really open for business and accommodating for the growth. So it's been such an honor, and just being recognized like that. I mean, our men and women serve every single day, from the people that are picking up the trash, from the people that are making sure all the bills are paid, from the people that are keeping us safe, from public safety, every aspect of our city. Everyone works so hard, so this award really belongs to them.
Truly does, and I think it's refreshing, to say the least, that to get the recognition, to have we have, like you said, such a wonderful team of folks that come in, and they have for years, some of them 20 and more years. In fact, we need to mention, we just had a retirement. Who did we just have retired?
Maybe Brandon Eckstein.
That's exactly who it is. Yes. So we just had Marion Fire Department Fire Prevention Chief Brandon Eckstein. 20 years of service. He just retired. Do you have anything you want to share about his time there?
I think that Assistant Fire Chief Brandon Eckstein put in 20 years. So now 20 years is a long time.
It is.
And he did a job in that fire prevention chief that is not the most favorable all the time, because you have to go in there and tell somebody you need to fix this. And he was somebody that we could trust, somebody of integrity that would say, hey, you can't open this business until you do this right by the law. And he was somebody that I can always trust and make sure that was right, and he done a great job for the time he done it. You're
right. That is a hard job to have, because you are the one going in. You're tasked to make everybody safe.
Right.
But you also know that means you have to make some difficult calls.
Yes.
And so we're so thankful that we have that kind of leadership in the city of Marion. And we are very thankful to Chief Brandon Eckstein for his 20 years of service. You know what, Mayor, we need to pause really quick for a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a few other things that are going to be coming up here. You've got a citywide cleanup coming up. We want to share with folks about a new How Marion Works episode and so many other things. So, folks, we want to say a great big thank you for joining us. If you're watching us on YouTube, we do ask that you take a moment to just like and subscribe. And we also want to say a great big thank you if you're joining us here on WSOT TV, channel 27-1, coming to you throughout North Central Indiana. And we'll be right back with some more Marion Matters with Mayor Morrell in just a moment.
Today's programming has been underwritten by KB Technologies and Basic Systems USA, offering a combined experience of over 65 years, proudly serving customers locally and globally for a variety of technology and automation needs. Info online at callkb.tech and basicsusa.com.
Welcome back to Marion Matters with Mayor Morrell. So glad that you're joining us. Well, Mayor, we have a lot of things that we've got to talk about here, and we have just a few minutes left to do it in. So let's jump right into it. You've got a big Clean City 2.0 cleanup effort coming up on June the 13th, and it's going to be District 3.
Yes.
This has been a very successful effort that you have put forth from the very beginning of your administration. Share with us a little bit about how things are going with this cleanup effort.
This is actually one of my most favorite things that we do as a city, because it shows the camaraderie between all the departments working together, but also all the citizens coming together to clean up the entire city. So this time we're going to be focused on District 3, which is, think of northwest-ish kind of Marion into the Justice Middle School area and Kendall and all that area. So that's District 3. So we're going to what that means is you can put your trash out on the street in District 3. Anybody in the city can drop their trash off down at the street maintenance facility, but if you want to put your trash on the street, you have to live within District 3. So I'm very excited about this, and every single time it comes up.
And then the city is looking more beautiful for that effort. So hats off to you and to everybody involved, the citizens included, for beautifying our community. We're so thankful for that. It gives such a new lease on life when you're driving down clean city streets and knowing that was something everybody came together as an effort to do. You know, there's another thing we're going to want to talk about, some of the ways that you communicate to the citizens throughout Marion. One of those things that you do is a podcast.
Yes.
Layla Price-Bodkin is the main host for that program. It's called How Marion Works.
Yes.
And she just did a show featuring Sherry Lashnowski from the Marion Utilities.
Yeah.
And what is the vision for that show?
Yeah, so the original vision for How Marion Works, when I first came into office, so many people would ask me questions almost daily about things that they wanted to get done, and sometimes it wouldn't even be things that we do. It would either be the county or state government or federal government. So I wanted to set out on this mission to be able to educate the citizens, even other employees, and everybody at large about what we actually do as a city. So I think we're in season 2 or 3 now, and it basically we're going through every single department, and sometimes there's multiple people from certain departments and explaining what they do for the city and how those things can be done. So with this interview with the water department, it shows about all the amazing things that they do and how they engage on behalf of the city, even some of the differences between the city of Marion and Marion Utilities. Some people often get those confused or conflated. But so it's two separate groups, but we obviously are all working together to serve the citizens of Marion.
Yes, and howmarionworks.com is the website that you can go to. They're on multiple different platforms, so if you want to find them, go to their website, howmarionworks.com, and then you can also find out more information on the city website as well. That's the City of Marion website. Speaking of Marion Utilities, my mind went straight to the heat wave that we're having and the splash factory, the splash pad. Now that is something that is relatively new addition to our parks department. And I know that that's something that had just announced that it was closed down back on May the 27th, I believe. Can you give us a little insight as to why, and will it be opened back up for the season?
So I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old who are extraordinarily upset with me. Dad didn't do it. I tell them all the time. So what happened is, we added color to it because it was just regular concrete. We added some blues and some different things to finish out the design. And the silicone that was sprayed on by the contractor didn't have the appropriate sand grit mix in it to prevent slipping and sliding. So now when you turn the water on at the moment, it's just a complete ice sheet.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so we don't want to get kids hurt.
No.
And so we decided to close it down so they now have to strip everything back off with a chemical, strip it back down to bare concrete, and then they come back and reapply that with the appropriate amount of sand, grit, and mixing the silicone, and then we're ready to go. And the reason why it's taking long, you have to have 3 days in a row with no rain, because it has to spray the thing, and it can't get wet. Then it has to dry for 24 hours and spray the second coat. It has to dry for 24 hours and it's ready to go.
We're in that rainy season window right now. That's okay though. Just give it a few more weeks. And we'll get into that dry spell, and then come July, everybody will be really happy to have that back up. So do we have a time frame? Do you think maybe?
I think
July,
right
August?
now it's just weather. So they're just sitting there waiting to start, because when they get about 2 or 3 days in a row with no rain.
All right, very good. Well, folks, we want to say a great big thank you to you for joining us for today's program, and we want to encourage you to check out all of the different ways that Mayor Morrell is able to share with you. You know what we need to do? We need to promote. You have your own website.
Yes.
We've got about 30 seconds. We
yes.
want folks to know about that.
Really quickly, so you can go to my personal website, ronaldmorrelljr.com, and we also have the Mayor Morrell Speaks podcast on all platforms as well. You can learn about more of my personal or political journeys on there.
We're out of time. We're so thankful that you've joined us, and we hope that you'll stay tuned for some more quality family programming that you can trust right here on WSOT TV.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.